golf goal this summer? Is it to break 70, 80, 90, or 100? Or is it merely just to get on the course and start to learn how to play? Well, whatever your goal is, I'm going to now tell you 3 things that will help to improve your physical performance on the golf course. Hello, my name is Dr. Michael Gorman. I am a physical therapist. I'm the founder of I Move PT, and I love golf. I want to tell you up front that I'm not a golf pro, I'm not a golf coach, but I am a physical therapist who understands how the body works and loves golf. So anyway, today we're going to again tell you guys 3 things that will help to improve your physical performance on the golf course. First of all, and maybe the most important thing, is show up early. If you have a tee time at 1 o'clock, please do not show up at 12:58 and hop in the cart and get to the first tee. Show up 30, 40 minutes early. Check in. Go to the putting green, take some putts. Go to the driving range if they have one and maybe take 20 shots or something like that, just to get your body warmed up. It's such an unfair ask of you to ask your body if you haven't warmed up, to just get on the first tee box and just go. You're risking injury if you do that. So I'm begging of you, please show up early, get stretched out. I'm going to show you real quickly an exercise I like to do or a couple things I like to do before I swing on the driving range, before I hit my first ball on the driving range. I like to just get in my golf posture, and I hold the club, and I just rotate back and forth. So I'm essentially just rotating my spine here, nice and easy while I'm in my golf posture. My hips might move some, but I'm really trying to lock my hips in and just getting motion in my spine. Second thing I do is I'll hold the club and I'll just side bend. And I might hold this for about 10 seconds. I'm just getting a little bit of a spinal stretch, working a little core stretch, and then the other direction, okay? And then I'll come back a little bit and do a little bit of extension, making sure I don't cause any pain. So those are a couple things I do before I ever line up on that first tee box. So I beg of you to please get there early. Next thing is work on your balance. And in golf, you may not think that you need tremendous balance, but guess what? You do, because during your swing, there is a shifting of weight. But the other thing is unless you're just the stellar golfer that always hits it right down the middle of the fairway in this nice short green grass, you're going to be hitting out of rough, you're going to be hitting out of bad lies. You may be 1 foot maybe out of the sand trap, 1 foot maybe in the sand trap. So all these things balance-wise are important. So next thing we're going to do is a simple single leg balance test. All right, standing, if you are afraid about losing balance, please make sure you're standing next to a counter. But I'm going to stand on my right leg and I'm going to bring my left knee up. Okay? My eyes are open at this point in time. Now, I'm going to close my eyes. Okay, you're going to close your eyes and you're going to see how your balance is. You can wiggle some, but if the arms are flailing, you have to stop. What we're looking for with that, is a 16 to 25 second hold. Well, obviously I'm nowhere near that. So I know that balance is one thing that I must work on. Not only for my golf game, but just for overall daily activities. So work on the balance. The third thing is posture. We could spend a lot of time talking on posture, and perhaps in future videos I will, but posture is vitally important. If you've ever watched a pro golfer or a pro golf event, look at the beautiful posture of the golfer as they're at address. Look how their spine, if you want to think about my hand as their spine, their spine is hinging forward just like that, nice and straight. However, a lot of amateurs, including me, we have what may be called an S curve or a C curve, and a C curve is where you have a little bit of rounding of that mid back. And so what that does is that rounding of the mid back gives you less stability around your shoulder blade area, and it also means that we're not getting much stress down to our lower back. All the stress is kind of occurring right in that mid back. So we want spinal motion throughout the whole spine, not just that mid back. So one thing you can work on with that to improve that is called a hip hinge. All right, so here I am, I'm at address. This is my golf posture. So you can see I have a little bit of a C curve as you're looking at me from the side. My spine is not perfectly straight. So I'm going to work on that. Take your golf club. I've got a 9-iron. Put it behind you. Okay, your spine is in a straight line. So what I have right here is the golf club's behind my head and it's behind my lower back. I'm going to tighten my abdominals just a bit to try to flatten that lower back just a tad bit. And then I'm just going to hinge forward. And I'm going to hinge forward and I'm going to keep my spine and my head against that club as best as I can. And then I'm coming up. For me, I really feel this a lot in my lower back. I'm going to hinge forward. Okay. The reason why I feel that so much in my lower back is because typically I get most of my motion through that rounding part of my middle back. It's called your thoracic spine that you saw when I was standing at golf address. So I need to work on that. I need to start to get movement throughout all parts of my spine and to be able to do that hip hinge without the rounding occurring. All right, so just to recap, I told you guys that tonight I give you 3 tips for improving your physical performance on the golf course. First of all, easiest thing to do, just show up early. Show up early so that you can get your body warmed up properly before you have to tee it off on that first tee box. Next thing is balance. I want you guys to work on that single leg balance test and see how that looks. Can you, with your eyes closed, can you do a single leg balance for 16 to 25 seconds? If you can, perfect. If not, like me, I know there's things I have to work on. Third is posture. We talked about what is proper posture. We talked about how when you look at a pro golfer, look at their posture when they're over the ball. How nice their spine, nice and flat their spine is as they round forward. However, if you have a C curve or an S curve of your spine, what I want you to start working on is that hip hinge exercise with the golf club behind, and just hinge yourself forward, trying to keep your spine straight and really moving through your hips. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at mgorman@imoveTelept.com, or you can also go to my website, which is imovetelept.com. So I hope that helped, and have a great day on the course.